Hey guys, how y'all doing today? So apparently, I like goofed up big time. Recorded this whole thing a minute ago. I'll go back to listen to it. I forgot to fix my microphone. That's where I was at. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. It was wonderful. I'm just messing, but like the whole thing, like I don't even know what happened. Changed my speaker thing the other day for a meeting I had online, and apparently I didn't hook my microphone back up and check it. Note to self, not gonna do that again. But anyway, here I am, redo. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. But that's where your brain's at sometimes, right? Just like completely fog, right? Just fog and stuff. And sometimes you think like losing a child, right? And you try to function as normal, just as simple as making sure your microphones worked after all the videos you've already done, and forget to check one thing, right? Just fog. There's a fog that sits on your head, which you don't even realize is there, right? Maybe it's because I'm exhausted. I probably am exhausted of everything that's been going on, everything that's been happening, everything that's just like completely going sideways, upside down, through the window and out the door kind of thing, exhausted, right? But anyway, I'm here tonight, talking a little bit about my son. Of course, that's what I talk about. um, so yeah, I want to talk about people thinking that you're stuck, right? Because you talk about your kid a lot. And that if you cry too long, you're unhealthy, or maybe you just talk too much about your kid, right? And so nobody knows how to handle you, right? So they just don't handle you at all. But I don't want my son to be known by the last day, most tragic day for his entire existence. He had a world, right? He was in my world. He was in a lot of people's world before that last moment. But people want to define an entire life by the way something ended. And that's not fair. It's not fair at all, right? Because my Kody, his voice is missing. His laughter is missing. His smile is missing. Where he stuck his hand on his hip, right? And goes, Mom, really? Mom, really? You just voluntold me for that? I voluntold him a lot. But there's a lot of things that are missing, right? That like you know about, right? Because those are your moments. There's a lot of things that I remember. There's a lot of memories, right? A lot of good, more positive memories than negative ones with my son. I remember those, right? I remember him walking through the door every day. I remember him bringing me breakfast every day, calling me from work every day, me texting him, "Did you get to work okay?" Yeah, I'm good, Mom. I'm good. Every day. Text him at midnight every day. I don't mean like every now and then. I mean every single day, right? And to me, those moments live in me forever, right? I still text my son, right? I still text him as if like he's just right over there. Because that's where he lives, right there. I can see it out my window. I still text my son like he's gonna walk back over here. Right? I've done called him too many times and it's like, Mom, quit bugging me. Cody was a full human being, right? He was a son. He was a child. He was a brother, good brother. Cared so much about his sisters. Give him the shirt off their back. Right? Give him the shirt off his back. do anything for his family, anything at all. He loved deeply, he cared deeply, he mattered, right? And yeah, he touched a lot of souls, a lot of souls. I had people message me that I didn't even know who they were, right? They found out about my son. They went to like middle school and elementary school with him, texting me and going, "Is that real? What happened with Cody? Oh man, like he helped me through so much going through school. Like he always sat with me. Nobody liked me at school, but he always sat with me. Like I had a rough time at home. My parents were mean and abusive, but Cody always made me feel good. He made me want to come to school. That's the type of son my kid was, right? He reached to those people. And I have those people message me. That makes me feel good, right? And even when nobody was looking, that's the kind of kid my son was, right? And I'm not going to let the worst day that happened to me be the only thing that is remembered about my child. Because when people hear about that, they see death. But I remember life. People see loss, but I remember love. People see an ending, but I remember the years before it, the moments, just the moments before it. I remember his heart. I remember his smile. I remember our conversations, ones we had late night, where he would sit there and teach me how to play chess. That was no easy task. Like he taught me how to play chess. He didn't try to let me win all the time. And he was like, "Mom, I gave you that move. Why didn't you take it?" I honestly didn't see it. But he was like, "Mom, take that move." And I almost beat him, which I think he was trying to let me win, which he was. He's like, because even after the fact, he was like, "Come on, mom, I gave you the move." And I didn't see it. But he would just like finally knock down my piece and go, "You want to do it again?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it again." We sit there and watch videos, watch movies or shows like Bones, right? All that stuff. And trying to show me Supernatural, but I was always too chicken to watch it. Um, watch his anime, stuff like that. Talk about God, recovery, right? Him going to church, getting his chips, right? There were conversations, real conversations, right? Life changing conversations. Remember recovery church, right? So if anybody's never been to recovery church, these are like what the chips look like when you first get them, right? Right. Got print on them, print on the front, print on the back, and stuff. But my son's chips, before even the week was up, my son's chips look like this, right? Nothing on the front, nothing on the back. You get those chips at church for the broken, right? For the ones who go, okay, I can't do this without God. This, you can pick up his chips and go, you can feel, right? You can feel the power in those chips because that's where he went to. Went to his Bible, went to everything. Went to the one that held his pain. That matters. I remember those moments. All of them. All of them. His watch here. Every time we pull into the parking lot, he goes, "What time does your watch say?" And I got my smartwatch. And he go, "What time does your watch say?" He's like, mine's better time. It's like exactly on time. Your watch is wrong. Is what he do all the time. And he loved the fact that his watch is like old school watch. And that his watch kept better time because it a solar watch and stuff. And every time we pull in, "What time you got?" It was just their thing. I don't know. He was silly. But I remember, right? I remember what hope looked like. I remember dark days, but I also remember like what led up to those dark days. I remember when my first son first called me, like I prayed for him a lot. And God was like, you need to pray for your son. You pray hard. You need to pray with everything you got. And I did. He's like, Kody needs me. Kody needs me now. That's what God told me. And so what did I do? I prayed. I prayed hard. I warred. I fought. War. I warred. I wrote his name on my hands. Lift him up, God. God, help my son. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening, but help my son. Help my son. Save my son. Right. And then on not long after that, not long, it was February 26th, 2024. Cody calls me and goes, Mom, I want to tell you something. I gave my heart back to God. That right there, that made me the proudest mom in the whole entire world. More prouder than all of his honors and degrees and stuff he got in high school and college and any job that he's ever gotten or anything that he's ever accomplished. Him calling me up and excited to tell me, Mom, I told Jesus I needed him. I gave my heart back to Jesus. That was one of the proudest moments of my life, right? It means prayer was working. Prayer was working. I was starting to see things unfold, right? I was expecting that I was going to get to see this unfold, right? I believed that God was healing my son from what he told me to pray for. And he was, right? I seen it. I seen my son drawing closer and closer to God, reading his Bible, lighting his eyes up, right? My son even went so far as to I bought him a radio, and he went so far as to tie in a little piece of tinfoil on his antenna so he could listen to the Christian radio station at his house just to make it come in better. Like, who does that? What 23-year-old does that, right? But he wanted to hear the radio station and didn't get a good signal over there. And so he wrapped a piece of tinfoil around the antenna, right? You don't do that if you're not trying, right? You just shut it off. You don't rub your chips till the print comes off. You're not trying. So I was seeing, right? I was seeing recovery. It wasn't for show. Nobody knew that he wrapped antenna around his tinfoil around his radio. He didn't do that for anybody. He did that for himself, right? Because he knew who to go to. Little things, tiny details. God is in them. I remember all the prayers, right? After my son gave his life back to God, I remember in church, one night I said a prayer that broke my world open. So, like I said, I write my son's name on my hands. And so when I'm praying for God to keep healing him, God, keep healing him, keep healing him, which is a lot more involved than that if you ever see me in church. But it's like, God, please just heal my son. Heal the parts of him, like heal him. I need you to heal my son, like keep him, right? Let things go the way that we want them to go, right? And then one day in church, the song was coming on. I trust you, God, right? That song was on. And as I'm raising my hands up, God goes, do you trust me? I'm sitting here, yeah, God, I trust you. He's like, then do you trust me, Kody? I said, yeah, God, I trust you. I trust you with Kody. I've been praying for Kody. Like, I've been praying with everything I got for Kody. So that's what I ask you. He said, do you trust me with Kody to heal the parts that only I can heal? Save the parts, to set him free, to make him whole. Do you trust me with that? And I'll tell you what, I was terrified. right? But I was also like, "Yeah, God. Yeah. Yeah, I trust you. Like, yeah, I completely trust you. Do what you gotta do, right?" Then God said this, "Then give him to me. Give him to me to heal the parts that you don't see, to fix the things that need fixing, to make him whole, to make him be at peace. Give him to me." And when God said that, everything in me began to shake, right? I knew it was going to cost me something. I just didn't know it was going to cost me his life, right? I didn't know it was going to cost his life for God to do what God had to do to keep my son close to him. So I did. Instead of praising my hands like this, going, "God, please help," he's like, "Give him to me." So I did. I I cupped up my hands and I closed my eyes with everything I had inside of me and was like, "Okay, God, he's here. He is. I give him to you. Right? I give my son to you. Heal the parts that only you can heal. You see things that I don't see. You understand things that I don't understand. Fix the parts that is hurting in him. Make him at peace. Let him be able to stay home. Right? Just just keep him. Keep him in your arms." Right? I was shaken the whole entire time I was telling God that. But I was also giving everything. I was letting my hands off of me being the one to try to fix him because I couldn't fix what I didn't understand. So I gave him to the one who can fix what only he could understand. That's a hard thing to do, but I did. And God was still working, right? Like, God let me walk with him. God let me keep leading him closer to him, witnessing to him, being with him, hanging out with him, going appointments with him, like moving in the right direction. And I was just like, okay, yeah, this is working, right? This is working. Like God is definitely moving. Like God done put me out of the trenches of hell and stuff. Like God is doing the same thing for my son. This is freaking awesome, right? But my story and his story didn't end the same. That's what hurts. That's what's hard.